Our form's quite inconsistent, but we're only 2 goals away from the playoffs in terms of goal difference. We're on 20 points, I think, off 12 games, and today's 2 games, I'd say, are quite winnable. The one against Middlesbrough, who actually have just been recently relegated, but they aren't doing too well. And another, I think, against Bury or someone like that. I can't quite remember, but anyway, we'll find out in a minute, I suppose. But for episode 5 of season 4, not episode 5, episode 4 of season 4, roll the intro.
It goes Pompey, 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 you're the team. Pompey, 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 you're the cream. Pompey, you're the greatest, and we'll keep following you. We'll keep following Pompey, following the boys in blue.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4 of season 4 of the Journeyman. What planet am I on today? I'm watching the League Cup final, and I think that's putting me off completely. It's not that, I don't know what I'm saying. It's part 4 of season 4 of the Portsmouth save from Foot Match 2018. And today we're playing 2 games against Middlesbrough and Barnsley. We played Bury last time, that's why we're getting a bit confused. And as you can see, we're on the same meta points as Bristol City, who are in 6th place, purely because we have less goals in terms of goal difference than them. We are a little bit behind them. So in the last 3 games, we beat Sheffield United 2-0, Liam McAllinder and Shenton getting the goals there. There wasn't really any competition for the goals. And then after that, we got battered by Norwich 4-1. They've just been really good this season, and we couldn't get anything back. They went 3-0 up, and we went 3-1. I thought, oh, we're going to do like a Fulham-esque comeback, but no. Charlie Austin got a 4th, and that was really all over with 12 minutes to go. And then we beat Bury 3-1. Because we were 3-0 up by half-time and they weren't really going to come back from that. And James Husband, Myler and Naismith played particularly well on that day. So we've got games against Middlesbrough today and then against Barnsley. So we'll just get straight into it for this match. Go to the match preview. Forest have just beaten Derby County. But if we do win against Middlesbrough here, then we do move into a spot higher than them. I haven't actually set the team yet, but apart from maybe rostering for Myler, I think that looks like an okay team. Might take a beta because he's got a high injury risk. We're actually going to put Paul Glatzel on the bench, purely because, look at this. He has played 15 games, including subs appearances for the under-23s, and he's scored 17 goals. I mean, that's quite incredible. And apologies about the light, by the way. It's just decided to be a really light day today. And apart from the fact, I think it's about 40 minutes till sunset, so that doesn't help at all. But there's some quite popular names in there. Adama Traore and Jidong Won as well. So it's going to be quite tricky to beat this side. But we've got to be positive. We've got to play positively. It's something that enough Premier League clubs don't do against the big Premier League clubs. We just got to play positively, play attackingly, and really go for the win. We can't really go for a draw here. Every single point matters, so we want to go for the win. But with 50 seconds in, Naismith into Watmore, to Shenton. It's very nearly... Oh, sorry, it was Colke who actually got the shot. And it was very nearly an early need. I believe, I want to say, yes, he has. Shenton has signed a new contract for us because... Well, not because, but because he's played so well. He's played really well. No, well, that's just the jinx, isn't it? He's played really well in the last few games, but he's decided to concede a penalty this time, 1-0 down. Well, flipping done, Shenton. Well, he's on double the amount he was. He was a backup player when he came in at £120,000 a year. He is now on £300,000 a year as a first teamer, which I don't think is all that bad. I don't think it's a ridiculous amount to be on. But it is questionable, I'd have to say, a little bit. But that mistake might ruin us the match here. And Adama Traore back into the box. And that's very nearly 2-0 for the Borough. And it looks like this game plan clearly isn't working. So that's a thing that we need to sort out. But a little bit like yesterday, I'm losing my voice a little bit, I can feel. Whether that's just doing YouTube too much or something else, I don't quite know. But I'm sure it'll come back in due course. But Christie has a shot. It's very nearly 2-0 to Borough. Borough actually are on the same meta points as us if they win today. So it's crucial for them they win, or else I think they will drift away from that playoff push. But we're 20 minutes in, and we do need, to be fair, Bristol are drawing the same as Ipswich and Sheffield United. So if we can get a win today, then that'll be really invaluable. But of course the game isn't over yet. But one thing we do know if we win is that we will be ahead of Nottingham Forest. That's a lovely shot from Connor Chaplin. And Connor Masterson tapped it in. But it was offside. Which is a bit annoying. But we're actually going to change the highlights to goal action. Because I do notice that didn't bother showing us the goal highlight, which is a bit annoying, even though it was offside. Just for determining how it was offside, but it was definitely Masterson gave it a touch, and it was going to be on target, but Masterson gave it a touch, meant it didn't go in. But I thought I was going to say, well, it doesn't matter, because Shenton's put it in the back of the net. Never mind. 25 minutes in here at the Riverside, and Middlesbrough have got the advantage at the moment. Oliver Shenton's having a really rare, poor game, and that'll be really helped, to be honest, if he got a goal or assist, something here. But if we do go 2-0 down, that's a little bit disappointing. El Yunuzi, I think that is, Dempsey to Di Jong 1. I said, no, I said it's Ji Dong, no, not, that doesn't matter. Anyway, Harper over to Chaplin. Chaplin, the sole striker, into the box, has a touch, has too many touches, really. And he should have scored that. There wasn't anybody anywhere to pass to, so you can't complain about that. But that was quite atrocious in the striking element. We might have to put it as 2 strikers in the second half, and certainly Oliver Shenton will be coming into that second half. We might try Paul Glatzel in the second half alongside Conor Chaplin. A bit of youth. See how he gets on, but if it just gets for 2-0, I'll be a bit worried. But Shenton gets it out with his head. Adama Traore to Howson, and it's 2-0. Doesn't look like we're going to win this, and as I've said before, we are too inconsistent at the moment. And if we're not careful, we're just going to slide away from this playoff push once again, which isn't fantastic. But then if we are losing matches, there's not a great deal we can do about it. With Shenton with a 6 rating is our lowest, and that means that we have got to bring him off at half-time. And we've got to have a much better performance going into that second half. There's no question about it. So what we will do, McLinden Long, or yeah, we'll go with Glatzel. Why not? You're only here once, I suppose. He can play as a poacher, and then Chaplin can just play as an advanced forward. Harper can play as an absolutely doesn't like that. Play as a winger on attack, and put you as an inside forward on support. And I think that looks good to me. And if nothing else changes in the next 15 minutes, then we'll have to make another tactical change, because a loss here isn't really acceptable, especially in the fact that we haven't really tried so far. And I think we're just going to have to tell the players to get creative. We haven't really made many chances apart from that one that Conor Chaplin got quite early on. So it's not been a great game for us to say the least here. 51 minutes in, and we haven't scored a single goal. Haven't really had a single chance so far, but this could be the catalyst for a comeback. Thompson to Colkit. Keep the ball, for goodness sake. Colkit. Decent ball to Harper. Luckily, he got it in the end. Harper to Rossiter to Colkit to Glatzel to Chaplin in the box. He shoots. How is that wide? Naismith scores. But Chaplin, really unlucky there, you could say. He was off the post, but Naismith got the rebound, and he has got one back for us. That's absolutely awesome to see. Harper put it to Rossiter. We've seen all this in 2D, obviously, before. But Glatzel with a lovely ball to Chaplin. And how did he miss that? But luckily, Naismith was there for the rebound. I think if he wasn't there, then Glatzel would have probably got the rebound anyway. And this could be a catalyst, I said before, for a comeback. But Naismith on the wing puts it into Chaplin. Just want to check that's actually a goal and it's not offside. It is! And we have come back. I said it'd be a catalyst to come back. And there we go. It's 2-2 now. And we seem to be the comeback kings. A little bit like yesterday's episode, A Day of Comebacks. Apart from the fact it wasn't. It was only one comeback. And the second one was quite diabolical. But a lovely assist, as you can see there, from Naismith. And Chaplin knocks it in with his head. And I seriously think we can go for the win here. And potentially we could get that. I'm going to take Husband off, though, for Lee, because he's on a yellow card. But apart from that, we'll just make that singular sub. And then bring another sub on in the later embers of the game if we are needing to. El Yunuzi to Adama Traore. Is it going to be all broken? El Yunuzi again to Rodriguez. Naismith should get it out. Lovely ball out now. Chaplin on the ball. Now Paul Glatzel. Can he get his debut goal for Portsmouth? He runs through the defenders, but unfortunately can't quite get through Cyrus Christie, the last defender. And Mo on to J. Rodriguez. I presume that's J. Rodriguez, but one more gets it back. Allsop back to now. Can we get it up and get a goal? Allsop, nice ball. Glatzel can't win the aerial battle, though. Adama Traore on the ball. Puts to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to El Yunuzi. To Braithwaite. To Adama Traore. I don't know how on earth they haven't scored that. Luckily, it was offside. And that was quite a close run thing. Braithwaite's injured for them. What a pity. We're going to bring... We're going to play with 3 strikes. We're going to try something a little bit different. Well, it's just the formation we go with sometimes. We'll play... Yeah, we can go with something like that. Advanced playmaker, deep liar, and then we can have Chaplin as attacking midfielder. And then put Chris Long on as a trequartista. And then Glatzel can play as a deep line forward. So yeah, that change. I think Conor Chaplin as advanced midfielder on attack. Make a few more changes there. Just want to make sure that everything's okay. We'll swap those 2 round because they like to be playing in those positions. And there we go. 20 minutes to go here. Hopefully, we can get something now. But if we concede here, we look like right muppet. And Harper gets a nice ball out to Colkett, and it nearly 2-0 to City in the final there. Colkett, though, on the wing. Lovely run from him on the wing. And he puts it into the box. So Chaplin, and Chaplin scores. It's 3-2 to the Pompey now. And what a fantastic comeback this has been. From 2-0 down at half-time to 3-2 now. And we're going to have to go counter-attacking football and retain possession a little bit. But absolutely fantastic. Colkett runs across the wing. The real catalyst for that goal. And I realise I've used catalyst about 26 times in this episode. One for every letter. And Chaplin puts it past Raya. Should have done a lot better. The goalkeeper should have there. But I'm not going to moan. We are 3-2 up now. Up for the first time in this game. And that is absolutely awesome. Right, we're still going to prioritise the middle. I'm fine with that. And considering we're meant to be fairly narrow, Colkett was quite wide there, surprisingly. 10 minutes to go, though, here at the Riverside. And the Middlesbrough fans are going to be completely shocked here. And we could move up to third place. Can we even get another goal to secure it? Looks like deja vu here. Colkett, but into the wing, past the last defender. And will he even have a go? He chips it, and oh, it's wide. It's off the post. And Charlie Colkett deserved that so much. He ran with the ball and deserved to get that in the back of the net. It certainly beat Raya, but it hadn't beaten the post. Gutting for him, but he's played really well today. To Rossiter now, and nothing quite comes of it. It's not over yet, of course. Still Rossiter to Colkett. Lovely ball to Harper. And he's shooting. It's just over the bar. Really good making chances today. I did complain at half-time they hadn't made any chances. But we've really made some chances this half. And Colkett and Chaplin deservedly were the two best ratings. I think we're going to win this one now. Bristol have won their game as a result. So we're down to 6th. But we are still back in the playoffs. And from a game that the press said beforehand that we certainly weren't going to win. We have basically proved ourselves again. And 3-2 that is absolutely fantastic. And hopefully we can go and do the same against Barnsley. Probably with a little bit more pressure. So hopefully a little bit of a more secure win against Barnsley and less issues to overcome. Just 2 changes then for this game against Barnsley. We have put Christian Burgesson and Brett Pittman in place. Ashley Abita comes in as well. Apologies. So 3 changes for Jack Harper. Who's the other one? What's his name? Connor Masterson. And I think, who's the other one? Pittman, of course, for Shenton. Shenton's got signed a new contract, but he's not going to be playing today after his diabolical display against the Borough. He might just need a little bit of time off just to breathe. Then hopefully we can go for a secure win today against Barnsley to make it the first double win episode, I would say, for quite a while. So let's go then for the kickoff. We should be looking to control this game at the end of the day. So we don't need any fancy football. We just need to make sure we win and hopefully do it in style. So we're going to look to control the game rather than be attacking. And hopefully that works out for us. But we've got an early highlight here for Pittman, Colkett, and we've lost the ball. Brilliant. Potts, oh god, here we go. Barnsley are on the attack already. Their manager has already credited me for our overachievement, which is all lovely, and all that, but couldn't really care less. But Clark to Reed. Is that Agoy? I don't know. But back into the box of Potts, and that's very nearly 1-0 for Barnsley. Of course, it's the first time we're going to face our old defensive buddy, Van Vaxlandel, who moved to Barnsley for $1 million back in the summer, which a move that I'm still quite happy with, to be honest, because, you know, we doubled our money pretty much on him. I wonder if it's... Oh, God, it's too light to open the curtains now, isn't it? Nope, never mind. I just wonder... The light's a bit naff today, so I can only apologise for that. But if I open the curtains, the lighting would be even worse. So, hopefully, you can see past that today, and if you do need to switch off because the lighting's that bad, I can only apologise. But 32 minutes into this game, nothing's really happening, to be quite honest. We're not going for it here. Well, we are going for it, but we're just not getting anything. Which is a little bit disappointing, but, you know, that happens sometimes in games. But hopefully we can get the winning goal at some point today, because that would leapfrog us up to at least 4th place. No, it wouldn't, because Southampton have now scored, and Brentford have now scored as well. But we could be within 4 points of Fulham at the end of the episode, which would be really nice. And we just need to tell the players, look, we can still win this at the end of the day. Husband's looking a bit complacent, and Abita's not playing very well. He hasn't played very well, in fact, at all this season. It's been Jack Taylor who's really been on that left wing, because he's played really well and can be very versatile across the attack, which is really brilliant to see in a player of about 24 25. You expect it of a young player, but not so much of a more senior player. Not an older player, a more senior player we'll use there. But Roster, we've got an early highlight in the second half. Pittman to Colkett. To Abita on the wing, can he get an assist? That's a bit of a poor header from Abita, you know. Seems to have dominated this game so far, so we really should be getting a goal for our exploits against Barnsley here. But Potts on the ball. The danger man, it seems. Husband wins the ball back. Colkett. Nice ball to a lone Chaplin at the middle. Pittman across. I was going to say Petman then, to Naismith, back to Chaplin. Chaplin back to Colkit. Good ball to Abita. Can he put it into the box and get an assist? Yes, he can to Chaplin. And it is a goal for Connor Chaplin. Just looking at that, he's now nearly 2-0 in the cup final. Oh, it very nearly is. But Connor Chaplin scored for us here. Brilliant episode for Chaplin today. He scored 2 against, what's the side called? Oh, yeah, Middlesbrough. And then he scored 1, and potentially the winner against Barnsley. And Abita's got an assist. So hopefully that'll do wonders for his confidence. But be all about keeping that now. So we're going to get to counter-attacking just to make sure we can secure this lead. And because at the end of the day, we want to win. I don't really care by what score it is. But I want to keep our goal difference intact, which is 7 at the moment, which is pretty good. 22 conceded off 14 games. That's roughly about a goal and a half per game. I'm quite happy with that. Considering we've conceded a lot in the past. But if we concede one here, that won't be too brilliant for us. But Harrison Reed, a brilliant bargain for Barnsley. Just a free transfer. He didn't want to come to us, so I don't quite get it. But he didn't want to come to us, so went to Barnsley instead. But, if he loses here, that might be a regrettable one for him. But 64 minutes in here. We've made no subs yet, so we better make a few. We'll put Chaplin in the attacking midfield position and play. We'll give Chris Long actually needs a game, I'd say. And we'll also bring Myler on for Rossiter in this game. A little bit more defensive now we'll go. And hopefully that should pay off. And we should get, as I said earlier in the episode, our first 6-pointer for quite a while. It looks like Brentford are either losing or drawing because we've just gone ahead of them. Naismith into the box. Landell gets it out for now. Long on the edge of the box. Puts it in. And it's all a bit of a catastrophe, but we're 2-0 up here. It's an own goal for Cameron Dummigan, who plays for Barnsley. We'll have a look what's happened there, but Bradshaw made a mistake. And all I can think is that one of the defenders maybe just tapped it in for Barnsley and didn't know where the ball was going. But Naismith put the free kick in. Watmore tried a head up. Actually, no. He didn't, that's a lie. Banks Landell put it out long, then shot. And I don't really get what Bradshaw's done there. He's the player that's next to Brannigan. But it's Brannigan who's put the ball in it. It's a bit of a silly save from the Barnsley goalkeeper. But those foot things just happen sometimes. But Husband into the box. We're not going to complain though about that mistake. But Myler, back to Abita. Abita still to Husband, to Colkit, into the box for Chaplin. And it's 3-0. And a convincing win today against the Barnsley. And that means we're in 4th place. And I fully believe that this year is our year. We're 3 points into the playoffs. I don't think in our 3 years in the Championships we've been in the playoffs and in contention for the playoffs this long. So that just shows that that's really good. And last year we had a barren run during around this time. So if we can keep it going during October and November, then hopefully we can do something. And really contributing to that is Chaplin, who scored 10 so far already this season, which is fantastic to see. And hopefully we can finish this game in a clean sheet. And that means we are, bar Fulham, the top scoring team in the Championship. That'll be a very, very interesting game against Fulham. In fact, have we already played Fulham? I think we have. But that'll be a very interesting game against Fulham. And we are fully in the race for the playoff this year, I would say. We started off very well, which is very pleasing. And hopefully we continue that. 6 points out of 6 then today, folks. For the first time in a long while. Certainly for the first time in this season. And that is really, really positive. So, let's have a look at the schedule when we're going to come back. Shouldn't be too long before we come back. Yes, we have played. It's a free draw. We'll come back for those games against. We'll come back for the Brentford and Preston games. They sound like quite good games. And hopefully quite winnable ones as well. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Apologies for the lighting again. But if you've made it to this stage, I'm sure you've been able to cope. But I'm TIJ. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 PM as per usual. Make sure to go and watch yesterday's channel update if you haven't watched that already. For updates about the Ashes Cricket series, a new FM series, and also a new schedule on the channel. Which may affect this series potentially. But maybe not. But you'll find out in that channel update. But thank you very much. Pardon me. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.